and I can't see it. Since 5:45 this morning, this asshole has been flying around. Gotcha. This dick's been flying around since 5:45 this morning. God's name, are you doing? Seriously, since 5:45. Comes back around for another pass.
Well, I think that covers why I don't do government cover-up shows anymore.
It looked like somebody was bent over and had their head in the window of the deer blind. It either heard me or smelt me, and he pulled his head out of the tent and stood straight up, and that shocked me. They don't make people that big.
The way it moved, almost as if it was gliding across the beach. I've never seen anything move like that in my life. They were screaming at each other in gibberish. It sounded like a language, and they were chuntering away back and forwards, back and forwards, back and forwards. I know what a bear looks like, and there is no way on this planet that what I saw were bears.
What are you reporting?
Jesus Christ, you better...
Sir?
Gia!
Hello?
Get somebody out here.
What's going on now, sir?
That son of a bitch is about 6'9", I don't know.
Do you see him now, sir?
Yes, I'm looking right at him.
Uh-oh.
This is Cindy from Virginia, and you're listening to the one and only Sasquatch Chronicles.
Welcome to the show, everyone. Thanks for being here tonight. Got a great show planned for you tonight. You know, I always say, be careful out there. You can run into more than just Sasquatch in the woods. And tonight we're going to be chatting with Melanie. She was out with her kids, and she ran into this very strange entity. And I've actually heard this before. I've had other eyewitnesses describe what Melanie describes. And I don't know what it is. I really don't have a clue what they're running into. The black eyes, shark-like teeth, very, very strange. We're also going to be chatting with Anita, and Anita comes to us from Louisiana. She was dropping her daughter off at work early one morning, and saw what she describes almost like a dog man. The legs are a little bit different. She describes them more human-like, which I've heard before. I was on the phone with a cop out of Utah, and I'm hoping he'll come on the show. He saw something very similar to what Anita describes. If you've had an encounter and you'd like to be on the show, shoot me an email. My email address is wes@sasquatchchronicles.com. Let's jump into it tonight. I want to welcome Melanie to the show. Melanie, thanks for coming on.
Thanks for having me. We listen to your show all the time.
I appreciate that. Thank you so much for that. I know, Melanie, you actually had a very strange encounter with something out there on your property in North Carolina. If you would, take us back to that moment. Kind of tell us what you were doing and what happened.
Okay. Well, it's been quite a few years now. It's been about 7 years ago now, and I was a little bit wilder when I was younger. It don't seem like that much, but it's quite a bit of change since then. So when I would get upset or whatever, and then I would just leave from my house, and it was rather late. The kids were still up, and I just had them with me and rode down the road to my family's property, which is just about 5 or 7 minutes away from where we live. And the house is condemned now. It's been condemned for probably about 10 years now. Nobody's lived on it. There's a big field in the back and everything, but there's no lights. There's only a couple of houses down the road at all. You know, we live out in the country, so I'm used to being out in the dark and not really worrying about anything, or, just not worried at all. And we pulled in the driveway, and I cut the lights out, and my oldest son, he was about 15, he's 21 now, he was on the passenger side, and another one of my sons was in the back seat, and he was probably only 4 or 5 at the time. They were with me, and my oldest son was facing me, and I kind of had my body facing him. We were talking, and I had my window cracked because I smoke, and when I got there, I just started having a really funny feeling, just not feeling good at all. And I don't normally feel like that, but I just was really antsy. So I rolled my window up, and I was just, kind of asking them, do you have a weird feeling? I just listen to myself a lot. It was not crazy or anything. It's not normally anything like that, but, so we were looking around. I turned back to my son and just thinking, well, I'm just overreacting because, I'm upset or whatever. And, all of a sudden, this thing, bam, knocks the heck out of my window. And my son obviously was facing me, so he saw it before I did, but I jumped and turned around it was just really loud right beside where my face was. And I turn and I'm looking, and there's this thing that I don't know what it is. I still don't know what it is. But it looked like a person, but not. The mouth, it wasn't like the Joker face, as far as, the pain or whatever, it was, its mouth just looked as wide as the Joker's face, the length and everything, but it was already open, and it had its mouth open at us, and there was 2 rows of razor sharp